I used to feel so devastated. At times I know we make it.
Damn that stick. Denied.
このままじゃバカ。ここは私たちも一緒に。Oh, stay away from me. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Yeah.
Okay, I got a little fat butt. My shorty told me that he like it like that.
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
What rubbish. NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
Well, that intro was quite something. I thought I might as well spice up the video at least a little bit because, I don't know, I just like to add variety things, and I think my voice is quite boring. You guys can tell me in the comment section what you think about that. But without further ado, let's get into why I think Hit should be eliminated, or at least why it makes sense that he was eliminated. Now, the main reason I think Hit was eliminated is because his character is basically finished. The mystery of Hit being an assassin has already been revealed, his powers, we already know everything about that. His relationship with Universe 6 and Goku is all complete. He's friends with Goku, he's cool, he repays Goku for helping him against Dispo by stopping Jiren from finishing him off. So, Hit had really nothing else to do in the tournament. That's the main reason he had to get eliminated. I mean, they don't even try to hide it that they don't want Hit in this tournament anymore. They put him up against Jiren, and he leaves before Rebrian. I'm not even going to rant about Rebrian because this video would become an hour long, so we'll just stop there with that. But here goes up against Jiren, and he does considerably better than Kaioken 20 Blue Goku, which he gets props for that. Even Toppo gives him credit for doing that. But at the end of the day, he's going up against a guy who can blink you out of existence. So there's not a lot going for Hit here. One interesting thing I've noticed is that it's hard to tell if they've kind of changed Hit's pure progress, or if it just didn't happen at all in this fight against Jiren. Because against Dispo, they stated that Hit was improving over time, which is basically what pure progress is, and against Jiren he was kind of doing the same thing, except he was still getting his ass kicked while doing it. It didn't really change much, in all honesty, him having longer time stops or adapting to Jiren's attacks. Because at the end of the day, it's just him fighting Jiren while the rest of his useless team just watch in shock and awe. Cabba, Caulifla and Kale are absolutely worthless. I'm calling them the cuck crew from now on because they can't do anything. And in this episode, they severely pissed me off by the end of it. Apparently also, Caulifla is Mystique, because she goes from having an hourglass figure to her body resembling the foot of Godzilla. That was, yeah, thanks animation team. The last episode apparently never happens because they just went back to Dragon Ball Super's usual ways. Anyways, Hit uses his unique killing technique against Jiren, which actually works, but it's kind of hard to confirm whether it does damage on him, because there's a few frames where Jiren looks surprised about the damage he's taken, but then it kind of just shakes off, and then Hit reveals his Cage of Time, which I'll probably just call the World to make things easier. And the first time I watched this, it was in English sub, because I just wanted to watch the fight. So, when Hit was talking to Universe 6, I thought he was telling them to attack Jiren, and that they were so slow that they never got to do that. But apparently he told them to fuck off and be useless. They were already doing that anyway, so he didn't have to tell them to do that. But why? I mean, I don't believe any of them could actually damage Jiren, but if they all went to their full power, Khalifa Super Saiyan 2, Berserk Kale, Kaba Super Saiyan, and they all blasted Jiren, they could have at least shifted him maybe off the stage. I mean, he was very close to falling off, so the blast could have been enough to push him off. Or they could have just destroyed the ground beneath him, which would have made him fall through the stage, and he would have lost. That would have just made way more sense to me, because when Hit tells them to go face off the others, Khalifa and Kale, the next time I see them hiding behind a rock, and Kaba's fighting, I don't know, Pepsi Man? Some shit like that? Hit tries to use a last resort attack, which is, legit just a purple Rasengan, and all Jiren has to do is look at him and tell him, go fuck yourself, and he instantly stops his attack. Another thing I've noticed about Jiren, I thought his weird eye trick was just kind of for show, but it seems like it's a legitimate power, or a super attack that he needs, because his punches weren't doing much to hit, but when he swaps to this weird eye technique, it seems to get through to him straight away. And a theory I had when the tournament kind of first started was that Jiren might be psychic or telekinetic, because when the when the tiles for the Tournament of Power are all shifting into position, he doesn't even move, like as if he knows which path they're going through, or as if he knows he can control them away from himself while everyone else is jumping into safety and trying to dodge it. Jiren seems to have some weird psychic telekinetic shit going on. It might just be an eye power, but who knows. Anyways, after Jiren's done wiping away Hit, and we see the Universe 6 team not doing anything productive, he proceeds to instantly put Hit on the seats of irrelevancy with his, his pose attack, the same one he did to Kale. Except this time Hit actually gets knocked off, whereas Kale just kind of fell down. Like Hit was obviously more important. I'm sure Jiren realized that. Against Kale, he's probably just showing off his power so no one would get any funny ideas. So I'll give him a pass on that. And something pretty cool to see actually was Beerus did the same thing as well when Roshi got knocked out, but Champa showed quite a bit of respect to Hit. He wasn't mad that Hit really lost. He gave Hit props for the effort that he put up against Jiren, which is quite interesting, and then Vardas ruins it instantly by speaking. Kaba says that, Hit's intentions won't go to waste, but I have no faith in Kaba. He's like, no, I just don't have faith in him at all. Actually, I don't have faith in any of the remaining Universe 6 members, because the original that have been knocked out, including Hit, were Bertamo, who was a guy who could take a decent amount of hits and rebound attacks. The only way to beat him was to effectively throw him off, because he just couldn't take damage. I mean, I'm sure against Jiren or something, Jiren could probably hurt him and throw him off with ease, but yeah, Megeta was insane. You could only hurt him with insults. It didn't seem like, I mean, maybe it's because, the gods are really lazy, the gods being Goku and Vegeta, but Vegeta never goes Super Saiyan Blue to attack Megeta, he just goes Super Saiyan Blue to kick him off the stage. So I don't know if Megeta's so heavy that you need to be a Blue to push him off, or if Vegeta was just doing it for show. Who knows? Frost's trickery made him very, very useful in the tournament. He could get away with so much shit, especially just apparently throwing a Ki Blast at the ground, which no one could follow him doing. Frost, he was a massive threat. So that was an edge that Universe 6 definitely lost. The Namekians, even if you have some faith in the Namekians, I don't. They were introduced at the last second to make Universe 6 seem a bit more useful and relevant. But the first scene we see of them is them failing to get some of that Goku ass, and then it just cuts them off for another Ribrianne scene. So clearly they're less important than Ribrianne, right? Actually, well, Hit is less important than Ribrianne 2 based on this episode, so I might not count that. I have no faith in Khalifa and Kale. Khalifa's just a Merisu character, and then even then she's a shit one. Like, she's a Merisu that's not overpowered? Effectively just the worst character ever. And Kale, Chaos is the giant lesbian and will only do something if Khalifa tells her to, or if Khalifa's in danger. So she's useless without Khalifa, essentially. Near the end of the episode, we see Dai Kaioshin, or Grand Priest, whatever you want to call him, change the atmosphere of the tournament to green. Which is, it's not that important, but I thought it'd be worth mentioning, because I just assume he'll change it to something really dramatic, like red, during the last few minutes of the tournament, or something like that. Topo, Dispo, and Jiren take a break for a bit, and they decide that Jiren is completely okay with just meditating for the rest of the tournament. Like, Topo and Dispo can handle everything else without Jiren's help. To be fair, they're not wrong, because the other fighters seem pretty disappointing, and Goku not being able to go Super Saiyan, or at least be critically injured, can't do much. And Vegeta's just the biggest disappointment of all time, so let's just be honest. Vegeta's not going to do anything. He'll have one cool moment, and then he'll get beaten by some crap, and then Goku will beat the thing that beat Vegeta. That's how Dragon Ball works. Jiren also meditating is quite interesting, because I'm not sure if it's him just being a prick, or if he's recharging energy from his fight with Goku and Hit. And if that's the case, that would be kind of interesting. However, we do see him meditating even before the tournament started, so it could just be a pastime thing that he does. I hate to jerk off my Jiren as psychic theory, but him meditating might be, you know, it might be a sign of it. I don't know. Goku gets really triggered that Jiren says he isn't worth shit, and then two jobbers try to attack Jiren, but Toppo appropriately tells them, if you weren't in the opening, then you can't attack Jiren. That's basically it, because do you even know these guys' names? Do they have names? No. If your name is mentioned on the show, then you can attack Jiren, but until then, no. So, and to reiterate my point, because I know some people are going to probably say in the comments I didn't say that, where I did say in the start of the video, the reason I think Hit had to be eliminated is because there's nothing else character-wise for him. And yes, I know it's crazy to think that Toei would care about its characters or their development or their stories or whatever, but Hit's basically done. He showed off all of his moves. He's already done the whole Goku rival thing, and he's already Goku's friend. There's nothing else. I mean, if Goku had to fight Hit, that would be pretty awkward at this point, so he had to get eliminated somehow. And of course it was to an overpowered plot armor beast like Jiren. Yeah, it's a pretty bullshit way for Hit to lose, because he's going up against someone he could possibly never defeat, especially because Universe 6 don't even fucking help him with the strongest person who's in the tournament. But he had it coming. There's not really much he could do. Also, I'm not sure if I'm wrong on this, but weren't we promised a Hit Vegeta rematch? I'm not mad about it, because Vegeta would have probably lost. That's a fact. I'm not even going to debate on it, that's just a fact. Vegeta would have lost. Yeah, but if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more discussions, hear more discussion videos. If you want to hear more discussion videos with my extremely boring monotone voice, let me know in the comment section. And well, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I guess I'll just see you guys in the next video.